Hey, what's going on there, everybody? It's me, it's RDV, back here with Zach Attack, or just Zach, what do you want to call him?
Just
Lumber
Zach.
Zach?
Lumber. No. We're past the days of lumber, Zach.
The bearded Zach.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
regular Zach. Keep it
yeah.
short and simple.
So, you might notice I changed the title of the stream to Top 5 Comics of the Week. I figured we'll drop the most anticipated and we'll just go with a generic. It's easier to read, and like I said, it's more straight to the point. Because what we are anticipated for may not be what you're anticipated for. You know, there's a lot of books that Zach reads, and I say myself, just breathe and let him enjoy the book.
What are you talking about? We read so many of the same books. It's
I
not
know,
even funny.
but there are some, but there, yeah, no, there are some books you're reading right now
There are
that
some.
I
That's
question.
true.
It's like,
That's true. That's true.
then again, like I said, that's the joy of being a comic book nerd or just being a human being. We have different personalities, different things we like.
Yes.
We're just not murdering each other over them.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
and there are books that I've gotten you into, like I've told you about, that you read, and like now you, from what I can tell, you really like them, like JSA. So
Uh, yeah, it's one of the books I gotta go back and continue reading the original run. I'm going through again because I get lost because because my thing, I'm like, ooh, Roger Stern book. What's this? Or what's this? I started reading up Post Crisis again. Superman. I started going through the titles, and I'm reading the was it the case or Crisis of the Crimson Kryptonite, where Superman loses his powers.
yeah, yeah, I remember that one. I got called out. I got wrapped into a little joke on that one, thanks to Evil Black Cat.
Oh, is that why you're culturally appropriating his phrase now?
Yes, I am. If he's not here to use it, this is the only revenge I can get.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I like stories where like like say post crisis Superman, dude. Dude, crisis for Crimson Kryptonite, he loses his powers, and Superman is like, this isn't it's the first time he's ever lost his powers. He said he could barely remember what it like before he got his powers because he was a kid, and then as a teenager, his powers came about. So it's him trying to basically, find out how to get his powers back. He knows Luthor's involved. He doesn't know how. We even got a crossover Starman by Roger Stern and Dave Hoover, who I found, and that's something cool too. I started reading that because that crossover I discovered Dave Hoover. Sadly, he passed away in 2011. Um, but like I said, I love this. When you start reading books, you discover more things, and I'm going down that rabbit hole.
Yeah,
So, um,
definitely.
but I will talk more about that stuff on the retrospectives this week.
We have our book. Do we have a book for retrospective this week?
We do, sir.
Oh,
Uh,
I
I,
must
I,
have missed that.
it's Amazing Spider-Man. It's a Clone Saga, the original Clone Saga.
We're reading
We're,
the whole
no, no,
Clone
no, no.
Saga.
The
Oh, okay.
original. There's two Clone Sagas. There's the
Okay.
original one with the appearance of Gwen Stacy. 149, I believe,
Okay.
is the one we're doing.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it might be 249 or 149. I think it's 149 though. Yeah. So look for that on Friday, along with all the Geeky Puppet shows. The reviews they're supposed to be doing tomorrow, but the puppet that works on the bridge got stuck under some cinder blocks,
Ooh,
and they're trying to get him out because the bridge
you never
collapsed.
you never want to hear stuck with
Yeah,
under the bridge.
go Web, go.
No, 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 Web, no.
Yeah, Azabi says, "You mean the good Clone Saga?" Well, yeah. I do like Ben Riley. I don't like what they're doing him today in comic
Yeah,
books, but I do like the original Ben Riley stuff. When he took over for Peter. But that being said, that's more retrospective. That's on Friday nights. We do talk about older books. Tonight we're talking about the new books. We're talking about well, the best books of the week. What we think are gonna be the best books of the week, though. So
what we
because on
think. Yeah.
Thursday will be when we find out the top five fits in with our top five on Thursday. So Thursday is the best books of the week. Tonight we're just talking about books in our pull list, what we're excited about, and it's kind of going to show basically the stuff you could be buying if you were still buying books after 2012, Mr. Breen.
Yeah, I saw a thing on Twitter. It's like pick your favorite decade in comics, and it goes through like all the decades. And I was like, 2000 to 2010 was like when I first got into it. So that's still like I look back on that with the
Yeah,
nostalgia
beginning,
vibe.
yes.
Yeah,
But now that I'm reading more of the older stuff, I'd say even the decade 80s.
80s is good. I mean, I like a lot of the 70s and the 80s books too. But
Yeah.
if you just like my very first answer is like 2000 and 2010.
For me, 80s, because no matter what company you're at, Marvel or DC, there was
Yeah.
great stuff being written.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. I agree.
So,
100%.
all right. So, let's get to what we're talking about here. Let's get to the books.
That's why they're here. They're not here to watch you and me. They
Yes.
want the books.
And as Brandon has pointed out, it's 144 through 149, but we're only basically focusing on 149. So, you,
Ah,
you
okay.
might still want to read up so you know exactly, because there might be references, get the complete
Yeah.
story. But
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Good to know.
All right. All right. So last week I let you go first, I believe. Or no, did I go
Yes,
first?
yeah, you did. You did. So
All
this
right.
week, why don't you go ahead and go
This
first?
week I'll go first, and with my number 5 pick. And for those who are following along on right now, you guys can feel free to check your top 5 or top 3 or whatever books you're getting. You know. And then for those watching this after stream, please leave your books. Leave it down in the comment section. I don't know what books you're getting. I know Wraith does this all the time, and I thank you, Wraith, for all your comments. For anybody who hasn't watched this yet and is watching it just on the replay, yeah, interaction is great for us. And also, make sure you click like and subscribe if you haven't done so.
And also, we just want to know what y'all are getting, just in case there's any books that we're not even thinking about. And so, like, I like to see that. Like, if I see a book like I don't even consider or think
Yeah,
about reading, and somebody brings it up, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll
yeah.
look into that.
I like to think of this like the local comic book shop. You know, where as a
Yeah,
community, we're talking what we like and sharing what we don't like. You know. And
absolutely.
all right, so all right, my number 5. I'm gonna go down. I have to scroll down. That's a little further down. It's actually the
So,
Grifter got rid of by Raven. Just kidding.
I was about to say, are you getting the Christmas special? That's so
uh,
weird now, DC. They do like the holiday special, like they do it for Valentine's Day and Halloween too. It's just
yeah.
like, it's weird.
Well, back in the day, the Christmas stuff used to be good, but now they have shit writers.
Used to be good. Yeah, you're right. You're right. They used to be good.
All right, so on Breaker Red Sonia, finally getting issue number 2. It was supposed to come out last week. It got pushed back to this week. Hopefully, it comes out this week. Not though I go tomorrow. And it's like, oh, it's gone.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Jim Sub, who's written some other books. I can't remember I think my name, but he's written some stuff for Marvel, I believe. So at least I know that. Giovanni Valletta is the artist. There and this book has been pretty cool. Basically, the first issue, Sonia is going through. She's attacked, or she's basically she's a person basically runs around with a thief, pickpockets her. We found out it's basically a little version of Red Sonia. So basically, we're getting more time travel and as far as magic again. The two things that's always common in the Red Sonia book when there's Kulan Gath, but there's no Kulan Gath so far in this story.
So far.
Yeah, which I kind of miss because Amy Cho's run, you had that, so you had the Kulan Gath story, and I kind of miss that. We've been going some all these other stories by the other writers, and they keep forgetting that, like, dude, like Sonia is good at basically going after people who, are wizards and cutting their heads off at the end. She's kind of like the female Conan Conan the Barbarian,
Well, yeah.
sense.
So wasn't she? She was always intended
Yeah.
to be like a female version of Conan. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
So overall, like I said, I like the first book. Okay, so it says right here, Jim Zub, who actually wrote Conan the Barbarian and Dungeons and Dragons. There you go. And some Avengers stuff. Giovanni Valletta has worked on James Bond and also John Wick. I guess it's a John Wick comic book. Did not know that.
Does not surprise me.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's what the movie's based off of. I don't know, or maybe it's based.
I
off
think
the
it's
movies.
I think maybe it's vice versa.
I don't know. Later days, I just go see a movie. I don't know if it's comic books or not, unless it's clear like Avengers or Marvel, But he said I've been enjoying this book series, and hopefully it continues getting better. You get to see here's a little Sonya right here.
Mini me.
Now, like I say, this so far with the first issue is a lot better than Mirka and Dolph's story with basically making Sonya into a mother. adopting a little kid that has like fire powers, and she's basically those who watched if you did watch that's Doom Patrol. The Niles, his daughter, basically had little imaginary friends that are like powers and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was Merkel Endoff's basically like rip-off story.
Okay.
Having the little girl have power over a demon, and demon basically used to help her like to free Red Sonja get kidnapped by the evil queen. But yeah, overall, like I said, this so far the first issue's been good. Hopefully it continues on. This guy is being a Conan the Barbarian run, which I did not run because not really into Conan the Barbarian by if it's by lately by Marvel with their Savage stuff. I delved into some of the Cimmerian is usually like the I like that.
That was the better one.
I believe that's through Ablaze. So
yeah,
but it's my number 5. Let's see what you have for your number 5.
My number 5 is a Dynamite book, but it's not that Dynamite book. It's a different one. It might be a little further down the list.
What?
I know, right?
Are you really going for this time? No, I hope it's not Vampirella Year 1, is it?
No, it's not Vampirella. Nope, not Vampirella. Not Red Sonja.
It's this one.
It's Catman and Kitten. It's got that cool like Golden Age look to it. I think it's a standalone book, which kind of bums me out. But it does have like that cool kind of Golden Age hero look to it. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It just looks cool.
Batman 66 writer.
He looks really, really close to DC's Catman, because DC does have a Catman. There's some small differences between this one and that one. But yeah, I was reading through the synopsis, and it sounds like a pretty fun story. Heroic Catman, his loyal sidekick Kitten, become embroiled in a dangerous race to recover a priceless artifact that holds the key to conjuring an ancient god of death. And then there's pterodactyls, there's gangs, there's snake men. It just sounds like a really fun book. Like it's got like this like lighthearted adventure tone to it that I really dig.
I wondered if you're gonna get this because I saw there's dinosaurs, and it's basically DC Catman, but written by Dynamite with a cat woman or sidekick.
Yep.
Yep.
Jeff Parker. Yep.
Jeff Parker, Batman 66. I was like, dude, if Zach doesn't get this, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, because I haven't read any of the Batman 66 books, but I used to watch the mess out of Batman 66 when it would come on TV Land, and I loved that show and all of its campiness. And so if this has even a fraction of that campy flavor, I'm gonna be all for it. So, but yeah, this is my number 5. You know, I don't think I've ever. I'm actually thinking I don't think I've read anything by Jeff Parker before. But
Marnie's pointing out back in the day, he was basically like the sidekick was a boy, but they gender swapped it, and Marnie says, you know what?
I don't mind.
Yeah,
I don't mind that.
Now,
you hear the name Kitten, I'm like, should that be a boy's code name or a girl? I don't want to stereotype. But
if it was Catman and Kit was the boy.
Kit would work. I like Kit.
Because that was some other cats. They had, I think that was actually the girl's name. Wasn't that Kit?
Was it Kit?
It might have been.
Cat?
Yeah.
Was there Kit and Cat? I don't remember. It was the 2 little kids.
The twins. Yeah, the 2 little kids and Thundercats.
I didn't like the 2 kids, so I just kind of pushed them out of my mind. Chitara was really the only reason we watched the show. I mean,
of course, yes. Why would you watch it for anything else? You're not watching it for Panthro,
right? Well, maybe some of the ladies were. I wasn't.
Snarf. That's what I watched it for. Snarf. Lionel. All right. Cool. Anything else to add on this? I mean,
nope.
I mean,
I'm going into this pretty much blind. Like I know nothing of the back lore of Catman. Like I said, I saw the cover and I was like, that looks like a Golden Age type of superhero. And you did a little reading and I was like, this actually sounds pretty cool. It sounds like a fun book. You know, $4.99, pretty average price for a comic, 40 pages. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it out. I'm going to go in there
one shot. And people don't realize that one shots, like the Dynamite, sometimes those actually lead to actual further stories if they.
That would be great. I hope that this does.
And what era is this? Yeah. Is this 50s?
50s. It doesn't say.
Yeah,
I would
19,
assume. I would want to assume
1940s.
50s or 60s.
Yeah.
Something like that. But I'll be sure to let you know.
And
When
if you've been checked out the Ninjets, with basically the book that's out there now through Dynamite, it's the same artist. So if you like the interior art, you're gonna like this too. The interior art.
nice.
So, all right. So my number 4, and it's a little higher up because I'm very iffy on this, and I was like, I wasn't gonna get it, but then I saw who was on it. I was like, you know what? Damn it, I have to get it. And it's Superman. Kal-El returns.
Hey.
Marv Wolfman's come back. I don't really care for Cena Grace or Alex Segura, who wrote the crappy Crimson Ladies over shit at Dynamite.
Yeah.
But Mark Waid's on it, Marv Wolfman, and those are the two I look for. I'm kind of excited about this. Actually, because like you've been hyping up as far as when it comes to Superman that they've actually been doing well on action comic books,
Yeah.
So and you're not the only one. E actually has been reading it and he's been liking it. So
he's been liking it more than I have. Yeah.
And I know that. Yeah. And the thing is that E likes Post Crisis. He loves that version. So if I'm gonna take a shot. It's Mark with Mark Waid writing a story on there. You even have Marv Wolfman coming back and doing a story. Those are the only two that I'm looking for right now. And it's not like a $10 book. It's a $6 book. So it's like having a variant for me.
Right.
Yeah. I know Cena Grace. I was like, I'm like, I don't want to touch, but I also want to kind of like, it's old school Superman in his tights. It's not the New 52. It's, as you said, I said I like to give some people shots, give redemptions, Yeah. I personally never read Cena Grace any of her books, but I hear people say bad stuff all the time. Maybe this is the part where she has or makes Visaggio moment and decides to write a good book, or at least decent, That being said, though, I don't know if I'll continue and start reading action comic books, but Joshua Williamson taking over Superman, I might pick up that series.
I'm really looking forward to that.
So
I think he's also got a Green Arrow book coming out next year too that I'm really looking.
So we got 3 stories, or at least 4 stories here. So the concert that it got them, A Friend in Need, Distractions, and Home. So at least 2 of the stories will be good, hopefully. Or we might, don't know what's gonna happen, but overall, what was I see here? There's some. Got the Spawn cover, which is all right. If you're into Spawn, that's kind of cool.
Spawn and Superman don't seem like they should mix.
This is just weird. The Marcello Fox.
Yeah.
Luther just looks weird. I'm sorry.
Luther looks like he doesn't look.
They all look like they got oil on them.
He looks like a Klingon almost, like with the brows. He almost looks like a Klingon.
And then you have the Travis Moore stock cover. No worries. I'll give you a hug.
Wow, his arm is as big as John's head.
That's the way it's supposed to be if you read Post-Crisis stuff. Yeah,
I agree.
I was looking, like I said, I was looking at the art and all that stuff on there. Brett Breeding and all those guys. When they draw Superman, he's got the V-shaped chest as far as shoulders and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. And he doesn't skip leg day either. So he's got he's kind of like, you remember Sentry back in the day? Marvel,
I remember Sentry. Yeah,
that's what Superman was back in the day. You notice that how Dan Moore draws him? It doesn't really look as bulked up.
He's got Dan Moore. I mean, all of his characters are like that pretty much. I think with the exception of maybe Devil Nazar, most of his male figures, they're not like super beefy barrel chested. They have more of a slimmed down look to them, but they all look like that though. So it's not like everyone looks different and then here's Superman. No, they all look like that. So
this is Dan Moore's cover right here. So
I like that one. That gives me some Christopher Reeve vibes.
It does,
bit, right?
Don't you remember when he was sitting on the moon and he had the cape floating?
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like I said, Mark Waid's proven to be a good writer.
Yeah. Trash person, great writer.
Yeah, that's the thing. So we'll see how it goes on. But that's my number 4.
Sweet.
Well, only because I don't really know what's going to happen. I'm kind of like dipping my foot in. I'm like, I don't know if I really want to get this, but it's on my number 4 though.
You should go back if you can and read some of the action, because I know E was praising Action Comics even before I picked it up. So yeah, Philip
Yeah,
Kennedy
like I
Johnson's
said,
been doing good with it.
well, my goal is for Action Comics when I pick it up is when it hits $1 bins,
There
because
you go.
I'm
Hey.
going through the oldest. I'm going through all the original stuff
Yeah.
through post crisis.
God, dog. I'm glad I'm out of alcohol in this house.
Me too. I don't want to kill
You're
it.
just gonna caffeinate me more. That's all. I'm gonna
That's
stay up.
right.
I'm gonna reorganize my whole comic library tonight. I'm gonna be so wired.
All right.
All
So
right.
let's get your number 4.
I'm looking through my list. 4 out of 5 of my books are new number 1s. It's a Marvel week, except it's not really a Marvel week.
Yeah.
My number 4. I'm kind of curious about this one.
Planet
This
Hulk.
is no, it's a DC book. It's a mini series, and I know every week or every other week I say that I'm going to stop reading miniseries, but I'm actually curious about this one. This is the winner of I don't even know if it was the winner, but it was one of the titles of the DC Red Robin tournament.
Oh, okay.
Blue Beetle Graduation Day. You just skipped it. A little more. Yeah, right there.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, the art looks really cool to me. Like, it pops. It's got like a lot of bright colors. It almost has like a manga-esque looking quality to it. But yeah, no, I'm kind of excited. It almost has like almost Peter Parker vibes to it, like young student Spider-Man.
That face right there is Pfizer ad for Marvel. Look at that. I do not like that. That is creepy.
I think it's because you're only getting half of it, and then there's the other half is the Blue Beetle mask. I think that's why. But yeah, no, I'm actually kind of excited to give this a shot. The writer, Josh Trujillo, not too familiar with his work. I know he has done other stuff.
Yeah, he has.
He's done. I'm looking. It looks like he's done a lot of stuff. It looks like he's done like some indie stuff. He wrote like some Rick and Morty. He wrote for
United States Captain America. It was a big red flag for me.
That is kind of a red flag. That's kind of a red flag.
I saw that. I was like, nope.
I'm gonna give him a chance to redeem himself. I'm gonna give him a chance to redeem himself.
Look at that beard.
He's got a good beard. I know. I need it to grow thicker down on the chin. Actually, yeah, if it grew a little thicker and I combed my hair over more, I think we could pass for twins maybe. But yeah, no, I do like Jaime Reyes. Ted Kord is obviously my favorite Blue Beetle. But I do like Jaime, though. He's one of those characters, I feel like he has the most potential to kind of copy that Peter Parker, that dual personality, but also not the whole great power, great responsibility, but like just being a kid or a teenager with superpowers. You know, think of like Invincible or, like I said, Spider-Man. I think that Jaime Reyes could be one of those like standout figures if they treated him right. And so I'm hoping that this guy really, really captures that with him. But yeah, the art looks great. I do like some of the covers a lot, like the Cully Hammer cover you were looking at, where it's like the sun's behind him. That one looks really cool. The two other ones look like really dark. It's like almost like one of them it reminded me of Kick-Ass. Not that one, but like the other one.
This looks like Ant-Man.
A little bit. It looks like Yellow Jacket with the things coming out of his shoulder. Yeah. But I do like the Cully Hammer one. That's the one I'm gonna try to get. But yeah, this is my number 4 pick. I'm hoping that it works out. I'm hoping that he does good with this because
I'm trying to
DC
remember
just.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say DC and Marvel has this too, but they just have like this whole backstock of characters like Blue Beetle that they're not the big names, but there are so many really cool, interesting names. Like, I'm glad Blue Beetle is about to get a movie that hasn't been canceled by Zaslav. But like, there are so many cool characters that just get stuck on the back shelves and that nobody ever gets to hear about because DC just wants to focus on the big names and Marvel
I'm trying to remember what anime or what cartoon was he in, because I remember seeing Jaime Reyes being.
He was in Young Justice.
Is that okay? That's where I think I saw him. Yeah, it was Young Justice.
He was in Young Justice, and he was also in at least 1 or 2 episodes of Batman: The Brave and the Bold.
That's Brave and the Bold. That's where I
The
remember.
Brave and the Bold one was pretty good. I did like
Is the personality you need to have for Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
And then him hitting on basically Huntress.
He hitting on Huntress. Yep, that's it. Yep.
My teacher is what? That's a good.
But yeah, and like I said, I like the art style, so that's gonna help out a little bit. Starfire, if she's in the book, that's definitely gonna help a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna give number 1 a shot, and like I said, if I like it, I'll continue. I'll God dog it, got another miniseries. But
yeah.
But yeah, that's my number 4.
All right, cool. And the answer on the question about gargoyles, that's next week.
Oh yeah, the new Gargoyles book that's Dynamite, isn't it?
Yep, and it's next week.
Or is it? It's not IDW. Okay,
it's Dynamite.
Gotcha. Right on.
I know, it's like IDW wishes they had that.
Dude, have you seen IDW? Like, I saw their stock, their stock the other day. That thing is flatlining. Like,
is that because they got Heather Antos, right? Wasn't she?
I think that was like at that point is when it started to dip down.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Well, for me, as soon as they lost the rights to the Ghostbusters, a lot of people stopped buying from them because Ghostbusters, I think, was one of their number one things.
They lost Ghostbusters, they lost Transformers, and they lost or they're getting ready to lose Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Yeah, it's and the other thing is they never had their own IPs. They were basically built on other people's IPs.
They got licenses from other companies. Yeah,
they're basically a glorified cover band.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
All right, so that's your number 4. Let's go to my number 3. Number 3 is a book that I know Skip will begin this. I'll be shocked if he isn't. And it's a Detective Comics annual.
Oh yeah, the annual.
And
I like that cover.
We get to learn about the werewolf in this. I love it.
Yeah, that was because they just revealed him to be a werewolf in the last issue.
Yep. 1700s Renaissance Gotham with Gale on Arkham Land to help remember exactly where he buried something important. Now as he dig it back up. And the twist of fate, the Dark Knight is also in town, and it seems he's looking for something from out of time, and his way back to the present. Look at that.
That looks awesome.
Now I gotta say this. This is giving me those what was it? I think it was it Bendis doing the Spider-Verse? We have a Spider-Man or Spider-Woman from like the 1700s.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, I'm like, we've already had the Batman throughout the ages, the different Batman for every time period.
Well, that was always Bruce Wayne, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was always Bruce.
It was after Final Crisis when he was dead.
So if this is Bruce, like transported back in time, or if this is his great ancestor, I'll be pissed.
I would actually like it more if it was Bruce being transported, because at least that would be some kind of continuity. Yeah. That would be weird if it ends up being like a distant Wayne. That would be kind of weird. But
it sounds like it's not. Yeah, it's like because it makes more sense for they have a distance Wayne, person, because that was they made not here, but back in the Batman Curse of the White Knight. That was part of the whole entire story, and that was okay because that's Elseworlds. It has nothing to do with this. This is make continuity. So, it kept saying Ram is doing a lot of Morrison homages. We call them homage. Yeah. Batman of the Ages with Morrison. That's what I thought it was. Morrison did a lot of questionable comic books. Batman Inc. was another one too.
Yeah.
Now it's Ghostmaker Inc.
He did do good. He did do all right with that Green Lantern book, though. Lantern wasn't bad.
And this story's more about the Arkhams and more about the Waynes. And the problem is that Bruce is the first one to become Batman. Every ancestor is becoming a Batman before him. Yeah, it's just really weird.
It's like, what are the odds? Your great granddaddy was a Batman.
Like, is they all knew Ra's al Ghul. They all trained under him.
Ra's al Ghul trained them all.
It's like, then in that sense, Batman's a mantle then.
Yeah, right. Oh, God, mantle.
See what I mean?
Sometimes the mantle works. Sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it would.
Well, we all know that we were fans of Damian. They want Damian to grow up to be Batman.
Nope. I want Damian to stay 12, 13 years old forever. That's where he works best.
But it's legacy characters, though. like I said, I only
Oh,
accept it for Terry McGinnis because Bruce is so freaking old he can't do anymore. But then there's people like the Batman 1000 thing where it's like he just keeps cloning himself, which I thought was like after a while clones break down because it's a clone of a clone of a clone. So anyway, so yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna put them like I'm excited to read this. Uh, Overall, like I said, it looks cool. I wonder if there's some other an alternate cover here. They don't show it, but yeah, we'll see what happens. And
yeah.
I don't see. And is there any books after? Okay, they're cool. Cool. I thought there's like that was it. So yeah, got more issues coming up. Yeah. All right. So that is my number three. Let's go to your number three, unless
My
somebody
number
else has
three.
a pick.
No, Undead Quinn is not getting any books this week. It sounds like he is getting no book. It sounds like he's almost like Ash on Comics. He doesn't have any books that he's picking up this week.
Oh, he's saying the Oni's falling apart too. And your guy, who does that book, you're like, basically says, does a Gretzko. I forget what his name is. The guy with the with the beard. So
yeah, Josh Trujillo.
So he says he at least respects that IP.
He respects. Well, yeah, he respects the IPs. Okay, well then, yeah, that kind of gives me a little bit of hope there. So yeah, we'll see how he does. All right, my number three. Skip is gonna appreciate this. You're gonna appreciate this. Breen is gonna call me out. Exterminators, number three. I
purposely left this off my list because I knew you were gonna have it.
I slept on the first issue, and then I heard you and Skip talking about it, and I was like, let me give it a try. Went out to go pick it up, and this is a fun book, actually. I really wish this wasn't being confined to just like a limited series. I would love to have a series where just these four girl X-Men are just running around, just getting into trouble and just kicking ass, taking names, and looking like cheesecake.
It's to me, it's like a '90s movie, Disney movie, where they get together and this.
It's got that '90s Disney movie, like Cheetah Girls kind of feel to it, but there's also lots of violence and lots of scantily cladness. So it's like all the best things. The only thing that's missing is dinosaurs and giant robots. But it's got vampires.
Nazi submarines.
And Nazi sub. Okay, we're gonna find out the vampires are Nazi vampires probably. Not
digging this other Covenant. They look kind of creepy looking. The girls do.
That one, yeah, that's the all ages look. That's very misleading because when you get into it, it's not very all ages.
That's David Nakayama.
I do like the cover.
I found out that he follows a lot of, let's just say, women on Instagram that are not cosplayers.
Oh
yeah.
Do I imply that? Yeah, Austin B is like, you're implying that 90s Disney wasn't violent. I completely forgot about that. Let me take back that statement. 90s Disney was violent. Every Disney movie is violent because every Disney hero is an orphan. They always kill the parents. So there you go.
It's like what Bad Moms wanted to be.
Yeah. But except only one of these is the mom. And I don't think they've even made any reference towards Jubilee being a mom.
I'm just saying it's basically like I said, this is a story. It's about four women who basically get in the shit, and then this basically it's
the version of Twilight that I wanted, is what it is. It's
not really Twilight, I'd say,
with the vampires.
Well, the vampires.
Yeah. So
you know what it actually reminds you of? The original Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I could see that.
And just having three other women along with Kristen Wiig or whatever. Is it Kristen? What's her name?
Stewart.
Kristen
Stewart.
Okay, Stewart. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I want. That's what I want in the comic book here. It's just enough cheesecake, but it's also just enough where it's. I'm not seeing the virgin signaling. That's the thing too.
Yeah, that's the other
crazy.
Thing. Yeah, it's just
it's like it's a parody. That's all it is. It's a parody. Just have fun.
And I will say, because it is Leah Williams writing this, if Leah Williams, because she is about to be writing Power Girl for Action Comics, if she writes Power Girl with the same level of fun that she writes this, I'm okay with it.
Oh, definitely. If you're going to Power Girl, it's more in the sense. Remember, we had the 2009 Power Girl series.
Yeah,
how that was skirting the line.
That was the one by Palmiotti, right?
Yeah,
Is
you
that the one you're
had
talking about?
Adam
Yeah.
Hughes doing the cover.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The Globes, no Globes, firstly played.
Yep,
Like,
I remember
hey,
that.
if they let them do that and it sells and it's a decent story, I'll
Yeah,
pick it up.
heck yeah.
That's all we ask for.
That's all. Yeah, and that's why I'm picking. It's a decent story. It's lots of fun.
And
It's cheesecake. It's violence. It's vampires. I like how on this cover it looks like they're beating up Kid Omega there on the right. It
yeah,
looks like Kid Omega, who I cannot stand. But
yeah, that's the other thing. But he's a vampire getting killed
if it's
for life.
he's just a nameless vampire, that's fine. But I like because he has like the shaved head and the pink mohawk, so he looks like Kid Omega to me.
I'm just glad that we actually have. They remember they actually have these other characters other
Yeah,
than
Boom
Wolverine and
Boom.
Jubilee. Boom
Yeah,
Boom is back, and then
Dazzler.
Dazzler is going around using her light powers to kill vampires.
I'm most
Uh,
excited about Boom Boom, but yeah.
Dazzler is one of those characters they keep trying to reinvent. They turned her. First, she was the disco star. Then they turned her into the rock star, and then they
Yeah.
turned her into the punk star.
Yeah.
Which was really disgusting looking.
She's got to evolve with the times,
Yeah.
man. Music is an ever evolving thing.
You're agreeing. The best we can hope for Leah Williams writing Power Girl is if she writes her with the same size breasts as hers.
If only. Anyway, okay, so I'm back. Hang on. I'm going to snap myself back to reality. What if that vampire is the one from the New Warriors?
This is all the introduce the New Warriors. They're vampires.
I'm so glad we never got New Warriors.
Can't be worse than watching Corey Feldman try to do Michael Jackson moves and sing. That's a thing. It exists. He's our Maury.
But yeah, I'm looking for a lot of fun with this. It's gonna be a fun little book, just a good time. No serious like 5-6 issue story. No like big grand story like Detective Comics. Just a fun little story series to read.
I'm just saying, instead of doing the Hickman FF, we should be doing these.
No, sir. This is good, but you do not put this in the same category as Hickman F4.
Of course,
sir.
I put it above that.
No. I will leave this stream right now, sir. I will walk out that door.
Will you really?
I will. No, I won't really, because if I try to come back in,
you're like those people on Twitter who said they're gonna leave. They don't leave.
But no, this is fine. This is fun. Hickman's Fantastic Four is epic. So they're two very different things. So,
all right.
Good to see Zach hasn't completely lost his mind. No, there's different levels for things I enjoy. So, this is just a fun thing.
Yeah. All right, my number 2 of the week.
Wait, is it your number 2? Oh yeah. We're only on 3. Okay.
I know, yeah, because I went first. So,
okay.
Number 2 is a book I've been waiting for. It's been I had to wait a little bit for this one.
Oh yeah.
And it's you read it. Number 3. Overall, it's been a fun book. Carrie Andrews has just been knocking out of the park with this. I love it just as much as the first one, or even maybe a little bit more. It's just now they ended another hero, the plot where before he was just the first one going against the big bad villain, and they introduced another. He's got his own Venom kind of like villain. It's literally it's Spider-Man. That's what we're doing here. As a forget Tom Holland. Give me a Reddick, man.
Hey, Tom Holland's not bad. He's not bad. But yeah, no, I do like that. Again, I like this. Raddick could be in the same category as, like I said, Blue Beetle or Invincible or Spider-Man. Just that teenager that has superpowers. That just seems like a fun.
Yeah, he's got that girl with the girl he was with the first one. She's kind of like wants to be with them but doesn't want to be with them. And now this new girl comes in. There's like almost like let's say she's more like a Miss Marvel, original Miss Marvel.
Before, Carol Danvers.
Yeah. Okay. But more like a Thor, like almost like a Thor. The Valkyrie would be the best way to explain it.
Okay.
And she's there. She's gonna slay him, but now they're teaming up. And now they got this big bad Uber villain coming out that wants to attack him. And his other brother, is in love with this girl. And they're passing her off as a foreign exchange. She's learning. He's like, oh, this is where they train your warriors to fight. He's like, no, this is school. Literally, if you are not reading this, Zach, you need to pick this up. Go read the first.
I need to go get the first trade.
Wow, yeah. It is such a fun book. And like I said, Carrie Andrews I really don't like him really outside this book. I love him, and this fits his art fits the story. I know you liked him in Amazing Fantasy, but I like him more on this.
I did like Amazing Fantasy, but also a really big part of that was the art style as well. Carrie Andrews' writing was good, but yeah, I would definitely check this out because this is like his own creation, right? Erratic is his own creation.
Yeah,
Yeah, so, see, I could tell he's
and
gonna treat it with a lot more love and respect than
the
Marvel
only thing
stuff.
downside it's 4-issue miniseries again, and
Yeah.
Upshot eight, I don't know if they still are, but they were trying to do the open world, build up their own superhero universe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking, like, man, I can't wait till he starts crossing over some of the other heroes they have at the Upshot.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing they got to figure out too. Is it AWA or is it Upshot? Just call it one. Don't call it both.
AW Upshot. There you go. I just did your job for you, AWA. You're welcome. Or Upshot, whatever you're going by.
read AW up yours.
Oh.
Yeah. Except even Skip, like I said, Skip's and really enjoying this. He's waiting on the volume for this. I get the trade for the first one. I mean, if these come out hardcovers, man, I want to get the hardcovers. As I said, but sadly, I don't know how popular these are. That's the thing about indie books. Either they're really big hits or they're not.
Right.
But yeah, there's only one book before this that I'm liking more. That's really my pull list. But this is number 2. It tells you what's basically what I'm enjoying a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first one, I was like, okay, 4 or 5. It's moving up the list as we go. Yeah. As Ash says, alternate Ash says, every AWA book I've read is good. This is one of the best of all the AWA books that he's read. So.
Nice.
All right.
Very cool. I like that cover, too.
I know, right?
The cover looks really awesome.
It looks like Venom going after Gwen Stacy. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, that's the vibes that I got. Can you imagine? Like, that's one thing. Like, what if Gwen Stacy and Venom were around, like, alive at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's cool, though. All right. My number 2 is a book that you already talked about. I knew we were going to have some overlap, and we got some overlap here.
Going back to
Superman Kal-El Returns.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm about to, like, I'm going full speed into this whole, we're gonna, like, what was it, David Zaslav's, like, we're gonna respect Superman with DC and everything, and now it's like, okay, we got Action Comics is on fire, Joshua Williamson is about to take over the Superman title in January, and yeah, we had this cool Kal-El Returns special. It's kind of late, because Kal-El, Clark technically came back to Earth like a month or so ago in Action Comics. Mm-hmm. But it's cool that we get this little returns, and I like that it's not $10 or $11 or $12 like the Death of Superman anniversary was. It's $6, but you're getting all of these reunions. I really like Jimmy Olsen. He's gonna reunite with Jimmy Olsen, Batman, the Justice League. Now, yeah, Mark Waid and Marv Wolfman. Those are obviously like the 2 big names.
The Lex Luthor, though, I'm wondering if it's Mark Waid or Marv Wolfman running those 2. It's gonna be great. The Lex Luthor written by anybody else, no.
Yeah. Lex, it's gotta be one of those 2. If I were a betting man, I would want to say, I would hope it would be Wolfman. And then maybe Waid if it was like the reunion with Batman. That would make sense because Waid is writing World's Finest.
Minor spoiler, somebody was complaining online. I didn't see it, but somebody said when Superman came home, Bruce gave him a hug. Batman gave him a hug. And he says, oh, it's so out of care for Batman. It's like...
Is it, though?
If they thought he was dead...
Superman's like his best friend.
Yeah.
Like Bruce, one of the few people that know his alternate identity is...
Now, my theory is that this. My issue is that if... They've only known each other for remember Rebirth was a reset, and now they just like post crisis when they decided to basically start everything over. He had to build this trust with Batman. They didn't know who he was. They didn't build who he was. Now, if Superman's known him Bruce for a while, I could see why Bruce would be like, dude, you're back,
Yeah.
But I can also see some people say well, Bruce would just get what took you so long.
Glad to see you're back. Well,
I knew you're alive this entire time. Because apparently this takes place after Dark Crisis, and he was whisked away again. So I mean, it's Mark Waid writing it, so it's got to be tied into Dark Crisis. His story, right? I imagine.
Uh, no, Dark Crisis isn't Wade's.
But it says Warlord though.
Lazarus. I thought Lazarus Planet was Wade's story.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Entirely. I mean, my whole thought is that Dark Crisis is in like its own little bubble, and like everything else that's going on is like going on. I don't know though. I'll have to read this and find out. But yeah, none of the artist names are really jumping out at me except for Dan Mora, but he's just doing the cover. But yeah, you're gonna have Batman, Superman, Jimmy Olsen. You're gonna have some Justice League. Obviously, you're gonna have Lex Luthor, Lois Lane. You gotta have some cameos in here from some other people.
Yep.
But yeah, as I'm getting into more and more Superman comics, more modern Superman comics, I should say, I'm looking forward to this. Wolfman, of course, is legendary, and then Wade, trash that he is, can doggone it, he can write Superman really, really well.
Yeah. The only thing that pissed me off more than anything else, if Wade sees him as being Kal-El first and then Clark second. Like Clark's the mask.
Yeah, I don't like that. I do prefer to call him Clark instead of Kal-El. Like if Krypton was still out there and he went to visit Krypton and they call him Kal, okay. Or if he's like with other Kryptonians and they call him Kal, okay. But when you're on Earth, like dude, you're Clark. But I don't know. I don't know how he's gonna approach that or not. But I am looking forward to this book though. It does look like a lot of fun. So that's my number 2.
All right, I'm gonna count down my 5 through 2, and then we'll get to my number 1.
Woohoo.
All right, number 5 was on Unbreakable Red Sonja, issue number 2. Finally, Superman Returns, which is the one basically I get rid of the Kal. I just call Superman Returns. Number 3 was Detective Comics. Number 2 is Erratic, which you just saw, and my number 1. And if you didn't figure this out, it's Justice Society of America, number 1.
What a shock!
It's Jeff Johns. Now Jeff Johns, I like him on JSA. I've never read him on the Flash, but I'm just like,
I've heard good things about his Flash run.
Yeah.
His Aquaman run was really good too, and his Green Lantern run, and his Teen
And then
Titans
we have Helena Bertinelli in here. At first, I thought it was Helena Wayne because of the outfit.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, is this Helena Wayne? Are we doing this stuff or no? Because it's JSA and they've been displaced out of time. Maybe it's Helena Wayne.
Right.
And it's ominous here. You see it on there. We saw the Green Lantern there.
Mm-hmm.
And we see it out there. It's like, okay, what happened to them? But the other thing is cool here was we're getting look at these covers. This is Steve Lieber.
Yeah, they finally revealed this one. They've been keeping it hidden, or like it wasn't done for the longest time. I do like that one a lot.
Oh, yeah.
That one's really cool. Except there's no Jay Garrick in that one though, which is a bummer.
Well, this is the other incentive cover.
There you go.
Jerry Ordway, which I'm looking forward to getting if they have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the original Robin costume.
Wildcats on there.
Yep. So,
although it's got the Hawkman mask.
Now it's got the weird kind of expression on Power Girl's face. She's like, I'm here. Yeah.
Now, what I thought was really cool, they have it almost looks like a cosplay cover, but it's like the Power Girl model, and it looks like she's got sleeve tattoos. But if you look at it, it's actually like Golden Age JSA looking pictures.
Yeah,
that's
the fake.
Cool.
I was like, that's kind of weird.
I kind of dig it.
Especially with that glove. It's like, your prostate exam. Bend over, Zach.
I did not see that before. Thank you for ruining that image for me. Thank you.
And it's Nathan Zerdy who's basically doing this cover. Both these covers.
That one's pretty. It's got kind of almost like a Marilyn Monroe look.
Yeah. But I don't remember her having the boob window back in the JSA. So.
In the JSA, I don't believe she did. Breen will correct me if I'm wrong.
Here's the full cover.
That's the one I'm hoping to get. Because it's got like a real... It's actually weird. I don't see it on League of Comic Geeks, but they're doing like the 90s homage cover. and that's what this one is. But they don't have like the regular, just like print cover. They have like the
I
foil.
wish it wasn't just gold and solid color. I wish it actually was colored out, individual and embossed.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah.
But and then yeah, we got the cover B with hey look, Alan Scott's got a beard too. Wait, Zach, why you have a beard now?
Alan Scott's going by who was it that retconned him? Was that a Taylor thing or whoever
Yeah,
was that retconned him into being gay?
I think it was Tom Taylor. Tom Taylor.
It might have been Tom Taylor. Yeah, according to Tom Taylor, Alan Scott's had several beards. He even had kids with 2 of them. Anyway.
How do I get to you again? We should do that.
Come on, I have one bad joke.
Yeah. Oh, here's the weird one. We go back here. The trade dress. This one's weird.
I also like the foil one because it has the floating heads in the corner. I love the floating heads.
Oh, there it goes. Look at that.
Oh yeah, the manga look.
That is creepy. There's like robot just watching you.
Yeah, that's not
That
too
it
bad.
looks like that. Looks like no, it looks like the eyes and the toy that basically Toy Man would wear. You know, remember he wore the giant head. In the Superman cartoon?
Yeah, I can see
Creepy
that.
doll. Creepy
As
doll.
far as like a manga look though, that's not too terrible. That's not too bad.
But overall, 125, like you said, like that'd probably be like $8 for me. It's your way. And it has the Superman National Comics logo on it too. And let proof comic book authority.
Hey.
Yep. So that's cool. So
I'm
that's what's been
now.
What is it?
I said I'm noticing now there's a huge price increase from the regular covers than the foil one. The foil one is $11.
Yeah. Of course it is. Yeah. Well, they've always been like that. Even the Joker one I saw. Actually, no.
Yeah.
Actually, take it back. I saw the Joker foil cover they had,
Uh-huh.
and it's like marked down to $9 in my shop. So if anybody's looking for that, let me know. But so yeah, we got Icicle here. We got Solomon Grundy, Degaton.
Yes.
We got Gentleman
my
Jokes.
My favorite JSA villain is
Alfred's in here. He's alive.
Hey.
Charles Dickles in here too. Yes, I said Dickles. Chuckle on that.
Dickles.
Starman, the original Starman, Theodore Knight, Ted Knight. We got Thunderbolt. We got Thomas Wayne, look Stargirl. You know, both I guess Martha here too. John Thunder. I said like Superman, Red Lantern. And then,
the new Red Lantern character. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you know who Khalid Nassour is?
Wait, who?
This guy here, Khalid Nassour. I don't know.
Khalid. Oh, I think he might be the new Doctor Strange.
Oh
I
yeah,
think-
the kid's Strange.
Not Doctor Strange. Not Doctor Strange. Doctor Fate. There's too many doctors in Marvel.
Yeah.
He's an Egyptian American student who became the new Doctor Fate.
Yeah.
So he's like a younger version.
So we got Joe Chill and the Death of the Waynes again in this, apparently.
Yay!
How many times they gotta keep showing it? But
they have one half of the coolest couple in the JSA. They have Rick Tyler, but they don't have Jesse Quick. At least not in this issue.
Harlequin, Marley, Maine Scott, yep. So, Isis the Cat and Judy Garrick in the Mist and the Spectre. So, like I said, overall, I'm looking forward more to this because it said I'm really getting the JSA stuff. The fact that Jeff Johns coming in. Jeff Johns takes his time when it comes to basically writing these books. Mm-hmm. He doesn't half-ass it. He doesn't be like, hey, I'm Jeff Johns. Just give me my money and I'll give you a shitty comic book.
Right.
So, what more could you I could fill a quarter of a gas tank.
Talking about the $12 for the foil. Yeah.
It's $2.98 for a gas by meter now per gallon.
Yeah, I think it's like $2.97 down here. I saw the other day.
It's not too bad. I mean, you're in California, you're probably still paying over $6.
Probably.
So I can see why Ash doesn't buy many comic books because of gas prices.
I'm also seeing more Teslas on the road over here by me too. Like I see at least 1 or 2 Teslas a day on the road now.
We have them here. I'm like, how do you drive them in the winter? Like, are they even made for winter?
Oh, I'd be scared to drive that in the winter. Can you imagine if your battery runs out in like a blizzard or something? That'd be.
I don't know. I mean, they're not like the Chevy ones that just start on fire.
True. Although Tesla, I do still know there are still a bunch of Teslas that do catch on fire. Like,
Well, you can't. Well, there's error, user error.
yeah, that's true.
But who knows? I mean, there's so many people who hate Elon Musk what he's doing on Twitter, so they're gonna bring up stuff. This,
Oh yeah,
this. But there's also people who do it for clout too, even before this.
oh yeah, no, absolutely.
I know
Oh,
this.
Skip says it's 450 in Sacramento. Okay, so it's a little bit cheaper than I thought.
Yeah. Okay, that's not that. I guess that's still a lot, but it could be worse.
Could be worse. Could be
The
worse.
$7 I was hearing over the summer, that was
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah.
Close $8, man. At that time, just get a horse. It's cheaper.
All
All
right.
right, so let's get your countdown. Let's get to your number one. And should I just stay on this?
You you can change the cover if you want to. I mean, yeah, you pretty much nailed it there. No, my number 5 is Catman and Kitten, number 1 from Dynamite Comics. My number 4 is Blue Beetle, Graduation Day, number 1. Number 3 is Exterminators from the talented gifted rather, Leah Williams. That's number 3. Number 2 is Superman Returns, or Kal-El Returns, Clark Kent Returns, whatever you want to call them. That number 1 special. And then number 1, yeah, of course it was going to be this, guys. Justice Society. Y'all know me. Y'all see my wall. You know. Come on. Of course it was going to be this one, right?
I'm not that shocked.
I mean, this is like firepower. It's like one of those books like, oh, this is this kind of a week? Okay, we know what his number 1's going to be. No, yeah, shoot. I mean, what can I even say? You kind of said it. Jeff Johns is like an instant draw for me. So many of one of my first DC books was a Jeff Johns title. It was his.
He's like crack cocaine, but it's beneficial to your health.
He is. You know what? You know how Ash regards Frank Miller is how I regard Jeff Johns.
The difference is that Jeff Johns can still write.
That is true. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, sir. One of them had an invitation to come back and write for DC. One did not.
But Lee is definitely a gifted writer in this.
But yeah.
Wait, she's writing? I'm just looking at her the whole time.
No, but I am really looking forward to this. Now, I will say I have kind of seen a few like non-spoilery reviews on Twitter, some people that have read through this.
Yeah.
And it does sound like it does help if you've read at least like the Flashpoint Returns or the Golden Age book that Johns wrote. So that's something cool about Jeff Johns. I used to say this about Donny Cates when he was writing for Marvel. It's like Donny Cates, all of his stuff that he wrote all seemed to connect and tie together. So like when he was writing Venom, and then he tied into stuff he did with Thor, and stuff he did with Thor would come up like it might connect to like the cosmic stuff he did with Silver Surfer or Thanos or Cosmic whatever. So it does seem like Jeff Johns is kind of doing a similar thing here, like between JSA, Flashpoint Beyond, the new Stargirl series. All of it seems to be, even going back to the Stargirl Spring Break special from like 2 years ago. All of it seems to be like all tying in together, which I really, really like. Kind of unsure. Like, I don't know how he's going to do this with the Huntress. Like, obviously it's not Bertinelli, right? Obviously I think it's supposed to be Helena Wayne.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they're going to do. Like, is she going to meet Bertinelli in the main timeline? Are they going to merge? Like,
are these the Earth 2 JSA?
Well, no, they're all merged. It's all merged onto one Earth, isn't it?
Yeah, I am assuming so. Now it is.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see how he handles it. I also like a lot of other, like I mentioned, Per Degaton. It sounds like he's going to be the main villain here, and he's probably my favorite JSA villain. A lot of the stories I've read with him as the bad guy, I really, really like him. Michael Janin as the artist, I was kind of on the fence at first, but I am starting to warm up to the idea. I don't hate his art, but I'm also just not a huge fan.
We got Scott Collins doing the art.
Well, Michael Janin and Brandon Peterson. Well, I mean, actually, you've got several artists.
They're doing covers
here. Well, yeah, you've got artist and then cover artist, but Michael Janin is also listed as artist. But okay, if Scott Collins is doing the interiors, then okay, that's cool too.
Yeah, the cover art is actually by Mike Janin right here. That's his cover art.
Okay, I gotcha. I was just reading it weird, I guess. League of Comic Geeks leading me astray. But
no, you just want him on the interior. That's all it is.
I want Dale Eaglesham on the interior. I'm so spoiled off of Dale Eaglesham.
Give me some more Todd Knock. man.
or Todd Knock. Actually, I've been saying I want Todd Knock on some Marvel books recently. If they made a Speedball book with Todd Knock drawing,
Sadly, though,
perfect.
I would prefer to have Dave Huber, rest in peace, man. That guy's art for pinups he did for girls.
Yeah, but
Not as bad as Jim. I mean, Jim Balent. I'd say not that Jim Balent's bad, but I mean, it's not as like beach balls. It's just, no, like some of them do, but
but yeah, no, I'm really I've been looking forward to this for a long time. One of the things I hated about the whole New 52 bit was that it got like all the JSA seemed to stop after Flashpoint. And
yeah,
then like all through New 52, there was no JSA. Go into Rebirth, still no JSA. You might see some of the members here or there, but you wouldn't see the JSA themselves. And so yeah, now that I mean, this is probably I mean, I would say this is my favorite super team on all comic books. I think they just narrowly beat out like Fantastic Four, New Warriors, and West Coast Avengers by like
I
a
think it also
fraction.
goes back to the fact that they're golden age characters, and that these
A
are
lot of them, a lot of them
World
are
War II
Golden
era.
Age. A lot of them are, but then they also have like the younger members too, which is
True,
actually
yeah,
that's actually the thing that I like most about them is that you do have the older, more experienced heroes, and they're mentoring and teaching the younger
you're
generation.
teaching the legacy characters.
Yeah. Well, I like that they're teaching and like mentoring. I'm like
Yeah,
really big into mentorship and like Big Brother programs and like just
Starman
helping.
working with Stargirl.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I dig that whole theme, and Jeff Johns did that. I think he embodied that really well in his when he did JSA back in the early
oh,
2000s, and I
passing.
hope
Yeah,
he carries that forward into this new title.
we
Um,
love that when we have the passing of the torch. You know, if it makes
yeah,
sense, it's done well right. It makes sense.
exactly.
Um, but obviously, we still have the we see right now what Jeff Johns he's doing with the Stargirl TV show, where
Hmm.
she's working with Starman, she's working with Stripesy. So I mean,
Yeah.
you know, we even have what's his name, the Shadow,
The Shade.
the Shade. Sorry, it's Shade.
Yeah.
Like I said, we kind of like that when we see a new era and it's done respectable, because a lot of times we see stuff that's like, oh no, it's like they bring in two actors like how, for example, we saw the if you haven't seen the trailer for that '90s show,
Oh, I heard about that.
it's the grandchildren now coming over, and
Oh,
it looked like it just took like a hi, just random kids, and this is like, you know, just diversified it so much.
oh
Even though
no.
the first one kind of was diverse. You had Fez, you had, you know,
Yeah, I was
I
about to say, yeah,
yeah,
you had
you
Fez,
had
but
Fez, and you had Fez,
you
whatever.
had Fez and
Uh,
you had Fez, and
uh,
honestly, Fez is like the only thing I
so
remember from that
like I
show.
said, that I was so happy with that show actually, and it's sad. I'm really pissed that that they never get another season.
Did they
That
do an '80s show? Did they do that '80s show?
I don't know about that,
I thought they did an '80s show. I could be
uh,
wrong,
as far
but
as you said, Stargirl should not be canceled. It's one of the shows that should be continued on because it
yeah,
respects the material.
I am glad that at least they knew ahead of time that it might happen, so they wrote a proper ending. Rather, because that would suck if they ended the season on a cliffhanger and then they got told that it was
Yeah,
ending, and so then you just get one of those like, no, why is it like, you know what I mean? So,
but
but
but getting back to this, so I said, like I said, it's we're seeing the passing the torch. That's one of the reasons why we really like JSA, because I read Stargirl, and then by Jeff Johns, and then when it came that she was inducted to the JSA, she became like a new like a recruit, and you see her while she's still going to school, but she's also helping out the JSA. She's even a pivotal character in the first arc. You see the passing of the torch with basically, well, the cosmic rod from Jack, from Starman, the one who basically didn't even want Jack Knight, who really didn't even want to be Starman. That was, if you haven't checked that series out, check that out, the Starman compendium.
Austin P bringing up my point. He just finished. He watched all of Spectacular Spider-Man, 2 great seasons,
And then
and
gone.
then and then nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a bummer. That and
yeah,
Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes. That one didn't really end on a
yeah.
cliffhanger, but it was still a bummer that it ended.
Mm.
But anyway,
Uh,
yeah,
but
bringing it back though, I'm really excited. If DC has a shred of competency, this will run and this will go for a while. I think bringing Jeff Johns back is one of the smartest things they could do because they need to get like an actual. They need to get some like a handful of talented comic writers back in there. They've got Ram V, they've got Joshua Williamson. I think if they got back like Robert Venditti, that would be like put him on like a Green Lantern or an Aquaman book or something. I think that would be, or even Wonder Woman. Honestly, they need a good Wonder
Give
Woman book.
Robert Venditti, let him write like Superboy.
Superboy. I mean, even more than Superboy,
Give
I
him,
think
get him
Wonder
Jonathan
Woman.
Kent, but then have him focus on just being Jonathan Kent and not just kind of being,
Well,
his sexuality.
because you already have like hopefully two Superman titles that are going to be good in January.
If
I
you,
think that it would help them if they had a good Wonder Woman
well, yeah,
title.
it honestly you should have a title for actually comics, but you should also
Yeah.
have bring back Adventures of Superman, Superman Adventures,
Yeah.
Bring back that title, or bring just Superman,
Yeah.
and have or Man of Steel, have Robert Venditti doing that, and then have those guys back and forth, Josh Lim and him crossing over stories. So you pick up this issue, he continues into the next issue of that one, and then you keep going back and forth like it used to be. That ensures you that both books are being picked up. You're both selling both books.
There you go. But yeah, I'm hoping that this series is going to be done. Jeff Johns, I have not read a bad thing by Jeff Johns. People don't like his little short-lived Avengers run when he was at Marvel for like a second. I actually like his Avengers run. So I'm hoping, and I'm very optimistic that I'm going to feel the same way about this. I'm going to try to keep it unbiased. I'm going to try my best to give an unbiased review on Thursday, but I've got a good feeling about this. So
yes, Eric, I will not follow your communist agenda when it comes to Jonathan Kent. We must free Jonathan Kent. But I want to
let Jonathan. No, you know what? John Kent could have got smoked by Doomsday. He could have sacrificed himself in Dark Crisis. It's a perfect ending because he gets to actually be a hero like his dad does. He gets to sacrifice himself, saving people like his dad. And then Clark's got these brand new 2 adopted kids from Warworld. He's got double the kids he had before. Everybody wins.
I would say this: like,
no one's de-aged.
No. If Jonathan died in that, and then he basically did, we got this whole new thing. We're gonna reboot the DC universe. Who cares? It's another Crisis Final Wave, and then he stays dead in that universe.
He stays dead. Jay Nakamura becomes a bad guy, and then we can watch good guys beat him up for the next 10 years. Everybody wins. Clark's got 2 young kids that aren't aged up quickly, that Bendis can't ruin. John's a distant memory. Everybody wins. That's all I'm saying. Everybody wins. That's it. So.
All right. So I want to comment on Gus's. Not Gus. Skimatage. I'm always saying Gus. Yeah.
Guess. No. I think he said guess. Guess RDV. Forgot about. Like I guess.
Oh
RDV.
Yeah. So basically, and yeah. So Ronin 2 came out. The only thing I heard about anybody's talking about Ronin 2 was Ash, and then Rob Liefeld. They're the only 2 that talked about the book. Most people, so even on Rob Liefeld's Twitter post, people were like, "What the hell is that?" Like, or like, and some because he said like, I don't know where Rob Liefeld lives, but he said he had to go there 5 different comic shops just to find the first issue. And I replied back. He didn't reply back to me, but I left a message on his thing saying like, you know what, I didn't pick it up because one, I've never heard of the first one. And I don't know if it ties into with the first one at all. And plus, it's a new book. It's a little pricey. It's like $7 or $8 from a guy I haven't read anything from him since his Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm like jumping into something I've never experienced before. I said I'll wait till it hits like $1 or goes down to $4 or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see that actually Rob Liefeld isn't one of those guys who just shells for things. If he's a fan of something, he says like, "Oh, yeah, dude, that's cool." Yeah.
When he loves something, he doesn't stay quiet about it.
So that makes me kind of
like about him. Yeah.
It makes me kind of like curious. It's like that like did a lot of people get that order that book because he said like I wonder how many people at shops didn't order enough because they didn't think it was going to sell because it's Frank Miller, and it's a book that it's Ronin number 2. Most people who've already left the comic industry pretty much aren't buying those books today, so they didn't know that came out. Damn well, Eric, you work in a comic book store. If you weren't working there, you probably wouldn't see half the titles coming out unless you watched us, or something else. Because I don't see people who basically kind of like left the business or left the hobby going into a comic book store to see what the new stuff is. They go straight to the back issues because they're filling in their collections.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Like I said, Ronin 2 could be an awesome story. I hope it is. I think Ash went and took the plunge and spent the $9, whatever it was, for it. And
Yeah,
I
I
hope
haven't heard anything back. I hope it was good.
yeah. I mean, it must be really good because both Ashes are gone. They must remember they're reading it
Maybe they're
together.
off-rated it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe
But
he's eating a burger. Maybe he's having it in and out.
Marania's talking about the DC. Her prediction is that DC will run out of good Batman stories in the next 2-3 years. They need to weed out 9 and 10, basically 9 out of 10 of the books, so they can
What
make the whole
happened?
stories line. Yeah, it's the thing
What
though.
happened?
All I've heard in the past 12, 20 years is that it's basically there's been a ton of Batman books, and they had JSA in the early 2000s,
Yep.
and then they got rid of it, and all you had left was Batman and Superman. There really
Yep.
wasn't really as many else.
Back then, I'm trying to before Flashpoint. Yeah, because Justice League lost steam. Like right before Flashpoint, Teen Titans had lost steam. There was the Titans run, but that I think had even started to fizzle out. Yeah, I mean that's basically you had Superman, you had Batman.
Yep.
And yeah, JSA, even before it started to fizzle, what they did, they had so many characters on the team, they had to eventually split it. And so you had JSA, you had Justice Society of America, and then you had JSA All Stars, which was like Power Girl leading a lot of the younger heroes.
Yeah.
That one did not, like, I want to say it was like a creator thing. It was a cool concept, but it wasn't, like, the art was all right, but the writing, it could have used a little bit more. It didn't last very long, if I recall. So. But anyway.
All right. So for those who basically who maybe not into the new issues, you want to see what trades coming out because a lot of times you get a lot of old stuff here, like Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer.
But that's part of the Mighty Thor Epic Collection, Blood and Thunder.
Blood and Thunder? I like that.
Yeah.
Not Love and Thunder. Blood and Thunder. I dig that.
That's pretty cool for me.
Rod Marsh, Roy Thomas,
Jim Starlin.
Yeah. I like that. Oh, that's cool. Thor and Silver Surfer, and it looks like Deathbird. I don't know who that girl is on the right. Looks like Deathbird.
Maybe it'll list on here, or maybe it
won't. No, I don't think it does with the collections.
But we got some Warlock stuff in here. Cool books, crossovers. This is Mighty Thor.
Nice.
And then we got Silver Surfer books crossing over. It's 18 reprints issues.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ralph Macchio editing.
Yeah. Slashing prices. Banzai.
Now we just need an editor named Johnny Lawrence.
Look at that. Look at the art.
That's an awesome cover, though.
See how his arms are drawn? That's how Superman was drawn, man. With he had the legs and he had the veins, and you can see it through
the muscle tendons.
Yeah. They knew it was for boys, and boys like strong guys. They're like, that's what you want to be. You want to be. That's why Conan the Barbarian was a big hit, because who doesn't want to have a giant broadsword just go around dismembering people in a fight? I mean, not going into the store and like you. But I mean, like, boys grow up. They're rambunctious stuff. You have your heroes and you want to be like your heroes. So who don't want to be a Thor and then have a hammer like you could throw and comes back to you and that's awesome.
Well, I mean, you can always play God of War and do that with an axe. That's pretty cool.
But anyway, overall, like I said, it's kind of cool. So that's why then now I'm gonna have to go back and
you have to go back and scroll down and reset the settings and everything.
Yeah.
So while he's doing that, I'll bring this up today. The new Super Mario Brothers trailer came out. Boy, that looks fun.
Yeah.
I highly
unless you're like okay, who wants to watch it in the Japanese dub,
or unless you're like any of the Chris Pratt haters, and you're just like, oh, he doesn't sound good. Like he nails the Mario yell, the little wahoo. He does that perfectly, I think. Anyway, What do we got? What
Chris,
else we got scrolling down?
I was just saying, you also have Charlie Day as Luigi. It's awesome.
Charlie Day's Luigi is going to be my favorite part of the whole movie. I'll tell you that right now. I love Charlie Day. I want to go watch a whole bunch of It's Always Sunny now. I love Charlie Day.
What's that door? It says pirates. You think they got pirates back there?
I love him so much. I will watch Pacific Rim 2 just because he's in it.
Yep,
The whole movie itself is terrible except for the Charlie Day bits. But anyway,
all right, so
enough about
Tom Taylor crap, Legend of Korra crap, and
Is that
Sunder
the-
hardcover. Sunder is Jeff Lemire. Might be kind of cool.
Is that the new Iron Fist, or is that the Larry Hama one where he passes the title over to Okoye?
The new one. It's not Danny Rand.
The Asian kid?
Yeah.
Yeah. All
And
right.
we have Aquaman, which was all right. It was not bad. It was mediocre,
X Factor.
but it wasn't.
Oh,
it wasn't,
hey, I see Peter David's name on that X Factor.
Yeah, X Factor, Volume 2 hardcover.
Nice.
All right, and then we have like I said, we're talking about that Patch. This was fun, Larry Hama. This is a callback series he did. Throwback, fun story. New Warriors classic omnibus. Volume 2.
I like the second one more. It almost looks like one of the old school Justice League International covers where you have everyone standing there. Yeah.
I'll say this: anybody who's looking to buy these
nice.
omnibuses, check out on in stock trades. A lot of times they have them half off. Well, they are like. I imagine you got something like Invaders, I think it was, and that was $90 on Amazon. But then,
$90 on Amazon, yeah.
But then when I looked at it and in stock trades, it was like $75.
Dude, I'm looking at the new Warriors on in stock trades. They have it $67. That's almost half off.
Yeah,
$125.
Like I said,
that's incredible.
We Live. If you didn't get the chance to read that because you couldn't collect all the issues because they were expensive.
Is that the Chicano zombie?
I'm not sure who is in here. No.
That was Life. What was that?
Life
Zero
Hour?
Zero. Life Zero. Yeah.
World of Krypton. If you want to get that,
I think that was the Vendetti book, wasn't it? Vendetti.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's Vendetti.
Yeah.
I'm done with Krypton.
I hear you.
All right, so then we have Golden Age, Volume 7 of the Superman. So
yeah,
he's being carried by Supergirl. Oh my gosh, you see that, Breen?
Oh no!
He was made a joke by a woman back then.
Even back then, the women were stronger. Hey, new Fire Force manga.
I think it's supposed to be Lois Lane with superpowers.
I think so. It does look like Lois. It wouldn't be Kara. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she has dark hair.
Yeah.
Fire Force for those who like manga.
Yes. Oh, they have an omnibus of it. That's kind of cool.
$20.
Nice. It's
now,
firefighters with fire powers.
We have the best Marvel stories by Stan Lee omnibus. I know there's that cover, and then there's another one I saw here, the Doctor Doom one.
Doom,
So.
Oh wow.
Collecting Incredible Hulk #1, Avengers #1, and then 15 through 16, and then X-Men #4 through 5, Stranger Fury #8, Fantastic Four Annual 2 and 3, Patsy Walker 119, Daredevil #7 and 47, Captain America. Look at this. This is insane. How many are in here? Rawhide Kid #33 is here. Tales of Suspense #39. Amazing Spider-Man 365, Spectacular Spider-Man Super Special from 1995 #1. He had Amazing Spider-Man 614 through 615. So they have Amazing Spider-Man, the newspaper strip, $100. Stanley and Kirby.
I'm surprised you didn't mention Breen's favorite, Our Love Story, or Millie the Model, or Life with Millie.
Yeah. Well, that's what you're here for. I noticed that you didn't mention Black Knight, Zach. What's that all about?
That's probably That's probably the villain, Black Knight. Not
Savage She-Hulk #1.
Hey.
So like, if you want to have a sampler book of all of, like, the good #1 books, all the first issues, this is it for $100.
Look at that. Yeah, that's crazy. That's a lot.
Yeah. So, like I said, I mean, yeah, here you go. You want to share 53 issues, man.
53. You could read a book. You could read a book a week for a year. That's crazy. Fantastic Four annuals, Millie the Model, Mystic Comics #6, Patsy Walker,
Our love story app, yeah. Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos.
Suspense, Tales of Suspense, and then you got a whole bunch of amazing Spider-Mans, some Hulk,
Avengers.
some Thor,
Yeah.
a lot of Thor. God, that's a lot of Thor to have in there.
Silver Surfer,
Yep.
X-Men. Yep.
Just the X-Men, old school X-Men. Awesome.
Like it's Stanley and Kirby, man. That's all it is. And look at
Heck
that.
yeah.
This is a variant cover, and then
Yeah.
alternate cover, and then you have the normal cover here.
I kind of like the normal one, because I like that Avengers looking lineup. Actually, it's not just Avengers, is it? Because you've got Black Bolt and Doctor Strange and Daredevil. Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool though.
And then you have the cover as the background. See that?
Yeah, I see. Yeah. That's neat. So. Black Panther with the cape is the best Black Panther costume. Like they don't have him with the cape anymore in the modern era.
I still like this. So come on, it's Doctor Doom.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not saying I don't like it. I just like the other one a little bit more. I mean, yeah, anything with Doom is gonna be good. I mean, shoot.
So I'm thinking, like, man, I kind of want to get this. Zach, look up on In Stock Trade, see if it's out there. No, you see it in there?
What is it? The best Marvel stories?
Yeah. I wonder if it's on there. If it's on there, man, I've been looking for books. Basically, it's like
it is on there.
Yeah.
$62.
See, $62 instead of going through Marvel and just saying like, oh, we're gonna pay.
No. In Stock Trade should really be paying us to advertise for them. They really should be.
In Stock Trade, League of Comic Geeks, man. But overall, like I said, so there really isn't really much coming out as far as trades and stuff like that this week. It's it's more manga, and like I said, you got this, you got Ascender, and then you got the new mutants. I think it was
X Factor.
X Factor 2.
New Warriors.
New Warriors.
Yep.
Too many new things.
Hey, New Warriors are awesome.
New Teen Titans, New Warriors, the New Mutants.
I'll take I would almost actually the New Teen Titans are great, but I'll take the New Warriors over the New Teen Titans. But anyway, Breen will call me wrong for that in the chat here in a few seconds, I'm sure.
He's still giving out those
hey.
So
can't watch a Western now.
Plus 62. Would you say it was $62?
62 on In Stock Trade. Yep.
For
38% off.
For 896 pages, man.
That's a lot.
That's worth it. And it's hardcover and it's oversized deluxe. It's cool.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
So that's it for this week. I hope you guys had fun. Figure out what we're gonna do as far as Thursday, as far as what books we're gonna out of our pull lists. Because remember, these are only the top 5 of our pull list. We may have more books in this.
That's true.
At least I know I will.
I probably will. I may visit my my other LCS that has all the back issues. I may pay them a visit.
And the other part is that Breen's probably most likely going to be the channel. He's basically coming on as a guest every week lately. So I'll be sending Breen the link as well, and to see what book is Eric Breen picking up, because I've seen a lot of reprints of older books. We had I have 2 reprints of Detective Comics. You know, first appearance of Robin. And the other one is just basically Detective Comics first appearance of Batman.
Yeah,
I'm just loving these reprints, these facsimiles. It's cool. And hello to Halloween. So we're just closing up shop for the night.
will give you a little preview of what to expect on Thursday. I was recommended to me by Skip and Tosh. Y'all know I've been on a Brubaker exploration, and he recommended this Elseworlds book, Gotham Noir. This came in the mail just today. I haven't got to read it yet, but I love that cover, that painted movie theater cover. So yeah, Gotham Noir detectives. I'm looking for it. It's by Brubaker and Phillips, so it's got to be good, right?
And I started a little early on my shopping. I was at the shop on yesterday because I decided, you know what? I need to get some more bags. I'm running out of bags. I go in there and I'm like, oh, okay, that's why I didn't pick any up because they didn't have any. Like
Oh,
I usually grab them, you know. And luckily I had some original. I like it, I like the resealable ones. So I like to get
the
the
resealable ones are nice. I like
yeah.
those.
So because
Ex-
then today I had to figure out where the hell is my tape because I haven't touched it in like months. So
I had to actually swipe a thing of Scotch tape from my
so
parents the other day because I used it all.
so this is what I got. So I got this. You know, that's from last week. You
Yeah,
know,
that cover's
I
awesome.
still like it though, and I am reading. I am around there, Rania. I'm still reading uh Iron Man books. I'm also reading Hunters as well.
Oh,
Um,
nice. Okay.
yeah, but no, I saw this because I was weird. I was like, you know what? I saw this on the shelf. This is the Robert Venditti.
Is that the Man of Tomorrow that they
Yep,
did as
yep,
digital comics?
yes,
There's a really cool. It's like a one-shot comic, but it's one that I really love that he did. It's like I don't remember the title of it, but basically he goes and he takes Atlas's place, like holding the world on his
yeah,
shoulders, so
yeah.
that Atlas can go to like his daughter's wedding or something. And so it shows like all of Superman's friends like pitching in to help cover
So
for him because he's such a good friend to them. So
so this was $20 for volume one.
nice. That's
Now
incredible.
one is 1 through 6 and then 11 through 15. Now my question is, did somebody else take over in the middle?
Maybe.
I can't remember, but it's Paul Pelletier doing the art. Robert
Okay.
Venditti just giving you basically your inspirational, basically your post-Christ Superman. And he is married to Lois in this, but there's no
Yes, he
Jonathan.
is.
There's no
Yes, he
Jonathan.
is.
The other thing when I saw this, I was like, because usually when I go into stores, I feel weird walking in and not buying anything. So I saw this, and immediately when I saw this, Zach, I saw this to the right of this. I just like, I gotta get it.
Hey, Jack Kirby.
Superpowers from 1984,
Superpowers.
complete series.
So it was a different writer. I think it's someone named Dave
Yeah,
Wheelgoss. Yeah,
yeah,
that's what that's all about.
yep.
So there you go. But yeah, Vendetti, not Vendetti, Jack Kirby. Way to go, man. Money well spent.
Right, and this was $40, and pretty much they're same size though, as far as thickness.
Hmm.
Little bigger, but over I saw. So I got that, and then because you know what, I just like looking at other more stuff. I discovered this little miniseries by Roger Stern.
Hey,
Yep, Reign of Tomorrow. Yep,
nice.
number
Awesome,
two.
man.
So then there's number three. And
You
then
got those abs showing through that spandex too.
those gams.
Those gams, those abs.
Ben, look at it. See, look at Superman. Look
Mullet
up.
Superman. Is that Mentalo? It looks like I don't know who that is. I don't know. Not
It
Mentalo.
looks like Luther almost, doesn't it?
Almost. I'm thinking of who was it that Capaldi played in the Suicide Squad movie? Is that the Thinker or
Yeah, the Thinker. Yeah,
he looks like the Thinker a little bit.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
right on.
Scott, these are kind of cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's so. Like I said, I get out of there because I saw the Return of Superman by Roger Stern, which is like almost $40.
Shoot.
Because every single issue coming up after he came after being from it's Death of Superman because Rogers does Death of Superman plus that.
Yeah.
You know, along with Jerk and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it was cool to see this. I was like, I'm really getting into Roger Stern stuff. I was talking to Breen about this. So yeah, I mean, if you like Roger Stern's writing, check him out. He's done some Avengers work. He's also worked on Superman and Supergirl too. Like I said, the guy is one of those writers where I think him and Peter David are pretty much not really interchangeable, but the fact that they're my top two writers of all. I love Jerry Ordway, but Roger Stern and then Peter David. Yes.
Right on.
Hispanics will not show off muscles. It tends to flatten both curves and attributes. kind of like Smallville's leather jackets, right? But overall, uh, yeah. So basically, I'm kind of cool. I mean, I would love to do a retrospective on this, but I think it's like 12 issues. I'm not sure how many issues are in this. Have a look, but 6 issues. But yeah, Kirby Superman. Yeah. Like I said, it's cool to see Batman, and this, like I said, I love Kirby's art, man.
That's awesome.
I almost want to read this. You can't really see his face.
Yeah, oh yeah, he looks angry in that one. Yeah.
He just his eyes and stuff. It's just
Well, there's a
Great
reason.
Krypton, a trap.
There's a reason that we call him the King. So.
I mean, you have Firestorm's in this too. Green Lantern. You know, it's just like it's just awesome. Uh, obviously, Darkseid's a villain. Doctor Fate, Wonder Woman. You know, it's just cool. It's like
Right
I
on.
said, it's one of those things where I just like, yeah, you even get the guy from the museum, Dum Dums.
Dum dum.
Yeah.
Dum dum gum gum.
I mean, old school Lex Luthor in his power suit.
The power suit. Yeah.
And
Flash. Yep.
You know what? We actually might just, I don't know, Breen, if you're still here, retrospective or reading. I kind of want to do both. If it's only 6 issues, we could do a reading on this. But
only 6 issues, he says.
Only 6 issues. So, all right. So, just to let everybody know, there is nothing on a Geeky Puppet Show tomorrow. Since Puppetine is under a trapped under cinder block, they're desperately trying to, get him out of there. He's basically the bridge collapsed, and he's working underneath. And yeah, so all reviews, as I've been hearing from Froggy, is that all the reviews are going to be taking place on Friday, including a Willow review.
Oh, the new Willow show comes out this week, doesn't it?
The Willow series.
Yeah.
So, because hopefully he's able to at least watch the original Willow movie while he's trapped under that rubble. Got a little iPhone out. You can still read, watch stuff.
Are y'all reviewing the Santa Claus show? The Santa Clauses?
I don't know about that.
That one's been pretty good, actually. I saw the first 3 episodes. It was pretty good.
And they didn't know it came out.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think it might be wrapping up this week.
So.
Someone told me it was only 4 episodes, so I think the finale is this week.
Eric Brain is saying reading of that. Hell yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, right. And then there will be a reading this Friday, so maybe it'll be that or Black Panther. It all depends if we decide to let Zach voice a black character.
I'm serious. I'm ready to handle this role. I am ready to be T'Challa. And anyway,
yes.
on a more serious note, though, Dominic just brought it up. Marani brought it up a little while ago. Yes. Yeah, Peter David does have a GoFundMe. Apparently, he had like some medical conditions earlier this year. I think he just recently had like a small heart attack, and I think maybe a stroke. So he's got his wife set up a GoFundMe because they're trying to collect money to pay off his medical bills. So that's I just heard about it today. So Peter David, who wrote just incredible runs of Young Justice, Incredible Hulk, X Factor, we saw he did a little while ago. Just really great writer. It's really a shame that he's got to raise money this way instead of he should be getting royalties from Marvel and DC for like everything, all the characters that were written.
He just did a couple of series with them, and that money should go into. Yeah, he did like 3 books.
Yeah,
for them.
He did. I don't understand why.
Maybe it's Spider-Man Crossroads and all that stuff. He wrote that for them. He wrote Maestro. I mean, he just
Maestro.
I wanted the new Fantastic Four. Where is his money, Marvel? Why aren't you paying for his funds?
Yeah, exactly. Shoot. I told Vinkman this backstage. I was like, I wanted to make a comment on this earlier, but I didn't know if it was too off color. I was going to say it was Megan Fitzmartin that put him in that situation because he read it and got sick. But
why would he read DC? He's a Marvel guy.
Well, he wrote Young Justice.
Yeah, but he's not gonna look at current DC. He's gonna focus on what he's doing, and that's it.
Maybe,
Like I
I don't
said.
know. I don't know. But anyway, yeah.
Anyway,
So
we do wish him speedy recovery.
yes,
Guys, no more scares of this. I had Ty Templeton had his cancer scare.
yep.
Uh, almost lost him.
We just lost Carlos Pacheco and Neil Adams earlier this
Yeah.
year.
We had
Like
Perez, last year, and just like said,
Perez, yeah,
I'm just done with this. No
yeah,
more die.
yeah. Dominic's right. Yeah, the veterans do deserve far better treatment from the industry for, I mean, just all the stuff that they created. Like if characters they created are still being used, like, and I know that Marvel is bad about this because of how they paid Ed Brubaker for Winter Soldier. But yeah, they definitely need to be paid better or, compensated. So
Yeah, I think that's also why Jeff Johns has pretty much been doing other jobs instead of just
right.
doing this writing.
Right. Yeah.
He
Well,
probably,
that's probably why he created his own imprint over with Image, doing Geiger
yeah,
and all that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So.
You're right. Yeah, Supergirl run. I always talk about. Yep,
Hmm.
AT Supergirl.
Right on.
All right. So, with that being said, if you haven't already done so, click like, leave a comment down below after the stream, guys, if you can. It helps out. Even if you're just saying hi, or you're saying you don't like me, or you insult one of us. Who cares? Comments show us that you guys actually give a shit about this channel and actually want to see more of this. And yeah.
Yeah. Hey, nobody's made a joke at my expense tonight. So if you want to flood the comments with Zach jokes, by all means, go ahead. Evil Black Cat, if you're catching this late, I give you full reign to crack all your jokes in the comments. Go for it. And I did not know Jeff Johns owns a comic book store. I want to visit that comic book store
Wait,
now.
you give him free reign? Is that your white privilege speaking for him, saying like, "Oh, you can"? I'm giving you permission to insult me because I'm white and you're not.
He can do it. You can't do it, Venkman. I'm giving him the permission, not you.
All right. For the third time. Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody. Happy New Comic Book Day.
Yes. We'll see you on Thursday.